Mm, man, there's only one thing better than having that first cup of coffee in the morning, and that's waking up next to my beautiful wife. She really is the sunshine of my life. So, guys, thank you as always for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report, where we try and tell it like it is and give you the facts, and then you decide for yourself. It's game day morning. No Dallas Cowboys after the shellacking we took again the third week in a row. There won't be a game day morning next Sunday either because our Cowboys will be playing the Washington Redskins in a desperation bowl at home on Thursday. Dak Prescott has definitely had the worst stretch of his career. 5 interceptions in the last 2 games, missing some receivers, and just not looking good, as well as the rest of the team. And there's a lot of people out there that are saying that Dak Prescott is a bum. He should be benched. Get that guy off my team. Because, of course, Dak Prescott's the only guy to ever have 5 interceptions in 2 games. See, I am a student of the game. I go by the numbers. I look back at what's happened in the past. Because what happens in the past relates to what's going on today. Yes, the offenses are different because they pass more and so on. But in the end, football boils down to one thing. Can I beat the man in front of me? Sure, you can come up with different schemes and everything else, but it all boils down to that one fact. Can I beat you one-on-one? You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. And it's funny because we're going through a period of revisionist history. People are saying, call up Tony Romo. Get him in here because Dak is a bum. That Tony Romo never had a bad game. That Jason Garrett has been a fantastic coach until the bum Dak Prescott got here. Huh. Interesting. I believe they're taking a vote at the Vatican now to make Tony Romo a saint. Queen Elizabeth's going to have him over and make him Knight Sir Tony. Because he literally did no wrong. But here's the thing, guys. It's kind of like your hometown where you grew up in. You know, it was the greatest place in the world, man. You know, no place like where I grew up. My town. That was home. Forget about the factory that was polluting the ground or the high crime rate. You don't remember the bad things that went on there. You only remember the good. You remember Tony Romo doing the Houdini move against J.J. Watt. Whoop! And throwing the deep ball to Terrence Williams. So you don't remember the bad stuff that happened. Because when we talk about Dak Prescott throwing 5 interceptions in 2 games, which is bad, but that happens. Believe it or not, we're repeating history. Kind of. Because here, let's actually go back to some of Tony Romo's worst games. Believe it or not, Tony Romo did have some bad games. See, I didn't want to go here with this because I love Tony Romo. But I realized that quarterbacks, even Tom Brady and Tony Romo, do have bad games. But you take their career on a whole. Brett Favre leads the NFL in interceptions. Tony Romo matches career worst game with 5 interceptions to loss to the Bears. Wait a minute. You mean Tony Romo had a bad game? Believe it or not, Dallas Cowboys quarterback Tony Romo has thrown 5 interceptions in a single game before. You mean he threw 5 interceptions in 2 games in his career? What's even odder is that the Cowboys actually won that 25th, won that one of them 25-24 on October 7th, October 27, 2007. Sorry, too much coffee, against the Buffalo Bills. But then came the Bears. To be fair, not all the interceptions were Tony Romo's fault. He had his receivers, especially Dez Bryant, were off all night. Wait a minute. Dez Bryant was off for Tony Romo? And so some of the interceptions were Dez Bryant's fault? There were several instances where Tony Romo's targets appeared to be in the wrong place. On 2 occasions, Romo had to tell Bryant, whose physical talents is not matched by his football acumen, that he would continue to throw to Bryant. That included a 25 interception return for a touchdown by quarterback Charles Tillman in the first quarter. When Romo throws across his body, Bryant was completely out of place. Didn't help the Cowboys had no running game to speak of. They ran the ball 14 times for 41 yards, which put the burden on quarterbacks. Romo wound up completing 31 of 41 passes. So, does that scenario at all sound familiar without Zeke Elliott? That Dak Prescott was running for his life, being the only one that could have to make a play and have to trying to make a play? Because, see here, all of you guys that are saying, Tony Romo, bring Tony Romo back. Tony Romo, of course, is God now. But let's go back. And again, I didn't want to do this. But some of the worst moments of Tony Romo's career. You'll remember in Seattle when we were in the playoffs, where he just had to hold the snap for the field goal kick. Yeah. That snap was bobbled. 3 times, he was in a position where when and we get into the playoffs. Let me say it again. You just win one game, season-ending game, and you're in the playoffs. You know how many Tony Romo won? Goose egg. Including a 44-6 loss to the Eagles. Let me say again, Tony Romo has had bad games. Every quarterback has bad games. But when you look at Tony Romo's game against the Eagles, Week 17 in 2008, 21 of 39 passes, 183 yards, no touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and were blown out of the water 44-6. Yeah. Okay. All right. Another win and you're in game against the Washington Redskins with RG3 in 2012. He had a horrible interception with the Cowboys trailing 21-18 with just 3 minutes to play, and that one was completely on him, essentially clinching the win for Washington. Washington would turn the pick into a touchdown and knock off the Cowboys 28-18. 2007. Home field advantage. Week off. Tony went to Cabo with his best buddy, Jason Witten, and Jessica Simpson. We got our asses kicked by the New York stinking Giants in that game. Guys, I didn't do this. I didn't want to do this to ruin Tony Romo. I love the fact that Tony Romo is finally getting respect and love that he's deserved throughout his career. You same guys are saying that it's not the coaching on this team. They want to say it's just the quarterback. Were some of the same guys that said that Tony Romo was a bum and should be gotten out of here. It should be replaced. I remember people saying that, Michael Vick is out there. We should get him instead of Tony Romo. I heard my man from Tennessee, his name slips me. But we were looking at everybody but Tony Romo because you guys are sitting there turning on him. And now, all of a sudden, he was the greatest quarterback ever. He's the only guy that can come in and save the day. And my point here is quarterbacks, all of them, are going to have bad games. Beginning of last season, Aaron Rodgers didn't look like Aaron Rodgers. But as the season went on, he got better. And the thing that I will put in here is the one thing that's been consistent throughout all of these losses and things is Jason Garrett has been here, either as coordinator or head coach. And he is not putting the players in positions to win. He's not making adjustment. He is not taking players to the next level. So yes, right now, Dak is in a slump. But if we had treated Tony Romo like this back in 2007, 2008, 2009, 2011, Tony Romo wouldn't be the guy you're calling for right now. So I'm going to keep putting out there the facts. You can make your own call. If you don't like what I have to say, that's fine. There are plenty of other Cowboy channels out there, and I'm sure ones that think exactly like you do. So feel free to find them, subscribe to them, and definitely show them some love, because all of us work very hard to put out videos and things for you. It takes a lot of work and time to do the research. It takes time, money, equipment to do this stuff. So I'm okay if you want to watch somebody else and give them your support. But I'm going to keep putting out there the real facts and numbers so that way you can make an educated call. As always, friends, I want to thank you all for watching the Jobu Sports Report. It has grown bigger than I thought it ever would, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys, and I will not waver on my support and love for the Dallas Cowboys. That's why doing something like this, which is painful as hell, I will continue to do, because it's the only way we're going to get better. I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy Jobu, and I'll see you guys soon. Love my coffee.
Hey friends, boy, what an experience we have here. And your name is? Dominique. Man, I appreciate the sport. I hope you're having a good time out here. Wait. That's not Mojo Punch. Oh, what the heck? Somebody get this man some Mojo Punch. We got to spread the mojo. Hey, 911, we need some mojo over here, guys. So tell me, what are our Cowboys going to do tonight?
Hey, man, I really think we can win this game, even though we got some injuries.
Uh-huh.
I always keep up with you, so I already know the update, but I think we'll be fine, man. I think we'll get it.
Well, thank you very much for showing up, man. I hope you got, please, help yourself with some of the food, man. Those burgers are slamming. Thank you.